Hello friends, welcome to the first tutorial about NAMO PHP from Scriptex. So NAMO PHP is a lightweight PHP framework developed for developers for better performance and efficiency, very similar to Laravel. Okay, so what we'll do is let's first clone the repository in our local. So I have went to exam htdocs and then I'm cloning it into my local, which is in the folder called Scriptex Web. Alright, so I'm just changing the IT to Scriptex Web, and then I need to run composer update. Okay, that will pull all the PHP dependencies from composer. After that I need to run npm install, that will pull all the JavaScript and CSS dependencies for the framework. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to open in our favorite editor. So here I have used VS Code. Okay, so we are going to open the project folder in VS Code. Alright, so once we opened it, we will just go to our environment file and then update the environment here. Okay, so now it is Scriptex Web. Okay, uh, but in real time, okay, when it goes to production, it will be my domain, it will be pointing to my domain. Okay, so it will be https scriptex.com. Okay, so if you want, we can define the version here. Okay, most of the time it is not required, but it's your choice, right? And so what we need to do is we need to clear a default references which we have created. Okay, so what we did is we deleted that router and then we deleted the users controller, and everything related to user we are deleting it. And it's your choice, if you want you can delete it, else you can keep it as it is. Okay, I would recommend to keep it as it is so you can refresh it if you want in future. That's the main reason. Okay. So our next thing will be to clear the controller. Okay, so we already by default we have home controller. Okay, so this is the place where you can define the global variables. Okay, so here it is given as framework name. Again, it's your choice, if you want to add any global variables you can add it for the template. Alright, so let's create a new file, index.html, inside the home folder. Okay, so just simply I'm typing for testing purpose hello scriptex. Alright, now we need to run npm start. Okay, so this will combine or concatenate all the JavaScript files and CSS files for us. So we'll create 5 routes. Okay, so we are going to create a informational website about Scriptex. So we are creating products, services, and then about us, and then contact us. Okay, so we'll be creating 4 routes for now. So including the home page, it will be 5 routes. Okay, so we are going to create respective controller. Okay, so home control, it will be, we change it as products controller, and then services controller. So make it as about us controller, and then we'll make it as contact us controller. So we are going to create those files now. Okay, so let's rename this. Let's make a copy paste, rename this as products controller. Alright, and then we'll create one more controller which is called a services controller. So we'll update the names also, products controller, and then we'll change the folder name products. Okay, here I made a mistake. We forgot to, we actually deleted the data. It was supposed to be there, so we'll just copy paste that. So change the name to services. Remember, the file name and the class name should be the same. Okay, and then about us controller, and we'll have one more which is called contact us controller. Okay, so we need to create one more controller. So we need to create one more controller which is called as contact us controller. Right. So in the views we need to create the similar respective folders and the index file. Okay, so we have products, after that we have services, after that we have about us, and then contact us. So we are going to create 4 folders. So what we have done is we have created 4 routes, and from the 4 routes we created 4 controllers for that, and from that controller we have created 4 views folder. Okay, so the default method is index, so you don't want to be very specific about index. If you are going for another method, you need to define it in the route with @ symbol. Index.html, index.html. So since we have typed everything, what we'll do is we'll just type I am from home page. Okay, so we will just put it on all the other pages so that we can confirm whether our routing is working fine, our files are properly loaded, so that we are going to confirm. Routers, and then this will be contact us. Now let's go to our browser. Let's go to the URL localhost /scriptxweb and then public. Okay, that's the folder we are going to point. Okay, so it will show us. Okay, sorry, I forgot to start the exam server. Let me start it. Yes. So now let's manually change the URLs. Okay. So it should be scriptxweb. Okay. Now let's manually update products. Okay, you can see that products page is coming. Updating services, it should come as services page is coming as home page. Might be we didn't map the controller properly. Let's check that. So about us is working, contact us is also working, only the services is not working. So let's go check in the router. Yeah, in the router it is proper. So let's scroll up, check in the, yeah, here. So the view we have mapped it to home, so it is showing us home page. Now we have changed to services. Perfect. So manually it is working. Now we are going to make it clickable. Okay, all the links are we are going to make it clickable. Alright, so for that we are going to create a navbar. Okay, so now we'll go for the templating system. So we have already created the templating system, okay, which we called as default. Okay, so here we have already mapped navbar primary. Okay, so you already have that code. So let's go here and then extend, okay, file equal to layout slash default.html and then block content, okay, backslash block, okay, block name equal to content, block name equal to content. Perfect. Now let's go and then refresh the page and check. Okay, I think I deleted that page, that file, navbar primary, which was default. Okay, so let's create that file. Okay, navbar primary.html. Right. So let's go to Bootstrap and then copy the navbar primary. Let's copy the code for navbar. So let's delete unwanted codes now. So let's delete that form tag at the end and then remove the unwanted codes. Okay, site underscore URL. So that's a variable which is defined in global in controllers file. Okay, so if you want any other variable, you can define it in controllers file. It will be about us. Okay, product. Okay, don't forget the dollar up front. Okay. So if you are using blade, I think blade you don't use dollar up front. So this is Smarty, so you need to use dollar symbol. So we'll do the same thing. Okay, but now we have included the templating system also. Okay, contact us page. And this will be about us page. And the next is products page. So let's go to the front end and then let's test it out. Alright, that's working fine. Products, services, and then contact. So all the files are working fine.